Well, that's a fun way to start a concert. This is our by request program, as it says in your program notes. And initially, I didn't realize this would be as dangerous as it was. There are a number of folks in this band who played in other community bands, who played in high school bands, obviously, college bands, and they got to pick the music as it says in your program notes. So, one thing I want to do at the conclusion of each piece is point out how many folks wanted to do which pieces. So if you were one of the folks who requested this, would you stand? It was a good suggestion. The other folks are like, that turned out to be really nice. The next work is a piece that by a composer who probably none of you know. He was, as it says in program notes, he was born and raised in Philadelphia, was a prominent American composer in the 1950s, and we hear very little of his music nowadays. He became really popular amongst band composers because he was writing serious music during a time when a lot of bands were doing marches and arrangements of musical theater things and things like that, and quote unquote non-serious music. And he took the wind ensemble and the band seriously. And I wrote a dissertation about him. Unfortunately, he had passed away before I did the dissertation, but I did get to visit his home, and I got to visit the New York Public Library and get to see the manuscript scores of his works. And this is one of his really fabulous pieces. This was originally written for a college band, and but a lot of high school bands will do this. And it's a beautiful work, kind of stretches tonality a little bit, but it's still really very easy to listen to. This is Pageant by Vincent Persichetti. let's reveal the request of this one. He got 2 in a row. I'm sure you're all familiar with the next work, which is being conducted by the president of the board, Ann Ward. Guess who requested this one? Actually, let me start with this. So, who requested American Overture for Band? Stand up. Stand up. You'll notice that one of the players that requested this was a horn player. So this is a quintessential horn piece. This is a piece that every horn player wants to play, as you'll hear both from the opening measure and from several other places. But every band member gets to do something. This is an incredible piece of music. And there's something about the work that has, Mr. Jenkins referred to it as the American Overture, and it's along the lines of Copeland, music of Copeland. It has that sort of American spirit. It's that somewhat hard to define or to quantify, but I think you'll agree that it sounds like the open West. Okay, so you'll be able to picture prairies and mountains, etc. So here's American Overture for Band. Now we can relax. Um, and I'm sure if I, look down and shield my eyes and ask how many of you know the tune Shenandoah, raise your hands. Yes, of course. A wonderful folk song, and there have been a number of different arrangements of it. This is probably one of the best. Frank DeKelly, as it says in your program notes, teaches at USC, the one that's on the West Coast, not the Gamecocks. And has a number of works, and he's done some original compositions as well as these. In fact, we were talking about that in the band rehearsal the other night, and I was asking how many of you played like this piece, and several hands went up, and how many played this piece, and several hands went up. And I'm like, oh, maybe we need to do an all Frank DeKelly concert, which sometimes if you think, if you ever go to an orchestra concert and if you're doing all Beethoven, some of you might groan, and Beethoven has a very distinctive style. But Mr. Kelly manages to write works that are energetic, some pieces are more reflective, and this is one of his better, more reflective pieces. And let's see who recommended this one. So, thank you for that recommendation. And here is Shenandoah. Let's talk about money.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone up here, I would like to welcome you to our spring program this year. The lights are up. Yeah, they are up. There's just in my eye. If you are a first-time attendee, would you raise your hand, please? Anybody here for the first time? Quite a few people here for the first time. Awesome. Thank you. We hope you come back. We hope you are enjoying our program tonight. We have had a wonderful time preparing it for you. It may not have recognized everything that we played, but I'm telling you what, it is a lot of fun to play. So I hope you have enjoyed it. This time I'd like to give special thanks to the Matthews Parks and Recreation, and particularly the Community Center here for supporting us by providing complimentary rehearsal and performance space for us. We have several corporate patrons that I'd like to acknowledge tonight, including Group Jones, Helen Adams Realty, the Charlotte Pride Band, the Saccio Chiropractic of Matthews, Franklin & Franklin Public Accountants, the Charlotte Band Instrument Service, Aldridge Forestry, and all the individual supporters that are listed on the back of your program. We are a nonprofit organization. We do have expenses. We have music purchases, director honorariums, and I think soon to be some instrument repairs in the percussion section. So in light of that, we're accepting donations tonight. You probably noticed the open instrument case in the back. Oh, here it comes now, in case you missed it. And we would love for it to be filled and overflowing before you leave tonight if you so enjoyed our concert. If you didn't bring any cash with you, you can mail us a check to the band post office box that is listed right here on the back of your program. Our next performance is going to be on Memorial Day. We're going to be in the park across the street, Stumptown Park, and we will be participating in the annual Memorial Day ceremony. I believe that ceremony starts at 11 o'clock, but we're going to start playing a pre-concert performance around 10:30 or 10:35. So come on down on Memorial Day in the morning, bring yourself a chair and sunglasses and a visor and maybe a beverage or two so that you can enjoy the ceremony with us. Our next concert will be in the fall on Thursday, November the 9th. So if you would go ahead and mark your calendars for that, we'll be right here in the Fullwood Theater. We wish that you all have a wonderful summer and be safe out there. Thank you very much.
one, it was me. Kind of. We had done, if you were here for our last concert, it was a program of marches. And that was again, a really kind of a wonderful idea. If you were here last time, remember we learned that not all marches are created equal. Some of them are like this one. They had like some bombastic sections and then some lyrical sections in the middle. And this was actually supposed to be on the list for the concert back in March, but as we were rehearsing things, the program seemed to be a little bit long. And so I decided to move this piece to this concert because there's really nothing else on this concert tonight that's a march, except for the next piece. So let me explain. As you can see from your in your program, so this is the first suite in E-flat by Gustav Holst, and watch this. This is one of the most iconic works for band, as it says in your program notes. Holst wrote this back in the early part of the 20th century, and it was one of the first serious works for a concert band. You might know Gustav Holst from The Planets. That's one of his most famous orchestral works. And he wrote this for a band. He wrote this for a band. It's not an orchestral piece. It was transcribed, and it's in 3 movements. And we would request that you not applaud between the movements, even though the first one has running or ascending. And it's difficult not to sometimes applaud at the end of a fast piece of music. Rather than, because there were a number of people that requested this, but just to show you how popular a piece this is, or iconic a piece it is within bands. So I'm going to ask everyone who has played this piece, either in high school or college or in another adult community band, to raise their hand. So as you can see, and again, me again, like I said, did this in college, and there were college bands, and so it kind of takes them back to those days, just a few years ago. Here is the first suite in E-flat by Gustav Holst, which kind of begs the question, is there a second suite? And there is, and we're going to do that one next season.
Something else a little unprecedented this evening. That was our encore. So, we don't have another one. We appreciate the fact you want to hang around. But when we were putting this program together, this is such an iconic work. I swear I just couldn't put some diddly little piece after this. So again, and the fact that this is, again, like I said, an iconic work for concert band, that every band musician, if they haven't played it, needs to play it, makes it, at least for us, an encore. So come back in the fall, or come and hear us play at the Memorial Day ceremony at Stumptown Park. I'm still picking out music and picking out themes for next year, but I promise you it'll be at least as much fun as this year, and also the holiday concert, which will be in this building, right? So thanks to everyone who takes the time to show up for our concerts. We really appreciate it, and have a great evening. I have, on a personal level, this is not an easy week for me. So I had a dress rehearsal last night, and we had a concert tonight. And then on Thursday, my charter school, where I teach about 390 students, I teach first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. I do sixth grade band, I do seventh and eighth grade band. Somebody else does choir, somebody else does kindergarten. Thursday, we do a Night of the Arts program, and all of the children perform using multiple songs, or they play their little PVC pipes, also known as recorders. And
It's going to be great, but I'm going to start drinking on Friday. Thank you all for coming out and helping make our season a success, and we'll see you in the fall.